Yeah, I think that stuff's so stupid, but like so fun.
It's so good.
And I've always been like,
so
you know how it
good.
is, like when you're a teenager on Xbox Live, especially with your friends, like you get into a call, someone makes fun of you, like you have about 4 seconds to be more clever than them and say something funnier back, or
Yeah.
you just got punked by everyone. And I was bred in that battleground of like, literally, like the people I played Xbox Live with were the people I went to school with.
Right.
I remember one time a fight between two of my, dude, I'll never forget this. So 2 of my friends on Xbox Live were beefing for real, and they were like actually mad. It wasn't like playful banter. It was like they were saying like, dude, you're a fucking loser. No one likes you at school. Like blah, 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 blah. And I'll shield their names. Let's say one of their names was Jake and one of their names was Austin. So Jake says something to Austin, some sort of racially charged joke. It's Xbox Live, whatever. And Austin leaves the call. And everyone's like, oh my God, Jake wins. Wow, Austin left. He's butthurt. About 10 minutes later, Austin reemerges into the call with a new gamer tag. And Jake was very overweight. And his new gamer tag is Jake is a fat ass. And I remember we lost it laughing. It was like the biggest slam dunk, funniest thing. It's so, look, in hindsight, it's so evil and so fucked up.
Right.
But in the moment, I was just like, oh my God, that is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Jake like never lived it down.
Still, Jake is a fat ass.
It was just like all, he just got punked for that forever, right? I think at one point these two people fought in real life. But then, battle rap is just that, but no one's that know's feelings are going to get hurt. It's just like
That's
you
true.
get to watch two people have this insane argument where like
insane argument that rhymes.
someone has like a dead parent, and that's fair game. It's like, what are we talking about? Like, this is the most insane sport of all time.
Yes, it is.
And so
is.
I got into it, I think, because like it's so akin to like this environment that I grew up inside of, and was like, eventually I hit a point, I think, dude, not embarrassingly, probably not until even my mid-20s, where I didn't even like think, I realized in my mid-20s that like it's not cool to be so defensive. Like, it's not cool
Right.
when people make fun of you, for the first thing for you to think of is to think, how can I make fun of them more?
Right.
Like, I learned in my mid-20s about, or maybe even from doing the yard, I'm not even sure. I learned like the coolest thing you can do is like be able to make fun of yourself
yeah.
as much as someone makes fun of you, and that's what makes people fucking like you.
And then go deeper with it.
and then and then go too far,
Right.
And now it's awkward.
Yes,
and,
exactly. Weirdly enough, I think there's an episode of New Girl. Very
I feel like
weirdly.
we talked about New Girl before.
Really?
My girlfriend loves New Girl.
There's an episode of New Girl where like, because my dad died when I was 18, and there's an episode and it was devastating.
I can imagine.
For 10 years, devastating. Maybe like 8 years, like completely devastating. I didn't want people to talk about him. I didn't want to hear jokes.
Yeah.
I didn't want to hear anything about other people's dads or anything. Like, and people said like, what do your parents do? And I'm like, I get clam up and I would get weird. And I think in 2020 I started watching New Girl, and there's this like episode. One of the guys says, dead dad passed, my dad just died, I can do anything I want.
Yeah.
And it was the first time I laughed at a dead dad joke, like ever. And then I started watching you guys, and I think I started watching.
It's like exposure therapy.
I started watching, I think Ludwig was doing, I think he was daily uploading at the time. It's 2020, so you're locked in. I mean, the dead dad jokes were ripping.
I mean, I'm the only person on the yard who does not have a dead parent. I'm like the loser. And I'm like, God, I gotta do something about that so I can fit in.
And I gotta say, over the last 3 years, like I've started like I remember the first time I said one. The first time I said one, we were streaming.
Gotta be a crazy feeling.
We were streaming with Blake, and have you ever played Apex Legends?
I played like 2 games.
So there's one character, I think her name is Valkyrie. She can fly, and her character lore is her dad's dead, and she likes to drink beer.
Okay.
And I mained her, and Blake was like, yeah, well, you usually pick like the goofy characters, like I figured you would be Mirage, or you would be like somebody else.
Yeah. And
I was like, well, I got a lot in common. Like, I like beer, my dad's dead.
Yeah.
And Blake, I'd known him my whole life. It shocked him because he had never heard me say that, and he was like, holy shit. And like it low key, it got like a little bit of like, it's like therapeutic. 9 years after the fact.
What's a bigger sign that you've made progress, or like been able to like, I don't think with things like that you ever put it behind you, but it's like you've grown to accept and also like cherish and celebrate this thing in a way that's not so can't touch it, can't look at it. It's not Voldemort anymore. It can just be a thing that you can talk about.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot. I feel like you guys probably help people out in that way, way more than you realize. Maybe you do realize it at this point.
I mean, I don't know, man. I think when people say things like that to us, because of course you hear the stuff like, you guys got me through the blank, blank, blank.
Right.
I listened to you while I was going through insert insane moment of someone's life here. Like that kind of stuff. It's like, I love that. It's not why I make the show. I think creators will often like embellish, like, that's what I do it for. I'm like, that's not what you do it for.
Yeah.
Like, maybe if that's what your content is centered around, maybe that's what you do it for. But like,
Yeah.
I don't do it with that person in mind at all. I do it because I was having conversations with my friends that I was like, these are special to me, and I want to show people those conversations, and I want to make other ones. But when people tell me that, I'm obviously like, that's crazy, because I'm like, did you hear the other half of that conversation? Like, did that also get you through? Like, like there's this like distinct moment. I don't know how this will fly on your show. There was this distinct moment of the yard I remembered where it was like, I realized what we can say, and it was Slime's favorite thing to do is to die on a hill. Like he'll say I'm this, and he'll die on a hill.
Yes.
And Slime was like talking about like wanting to see Elon Musk's penis, and Ludwig was like, "Would you look at his dick?" And Slime's like, "I'd look at anybody's dick." And then Ludwig was like a baby. and Slime's like, "If it's dead." And I remember in the moment being like, what? Like, what are we talking about right now? Like, can we say that? And then we did, and then we got away with it, and I was like, oh,
this is the essence
of the show, is that it's really dumb.